Russell and Hobbs toaster review. I'm not sponsored, I just like the products. Here's the toaster that I bought for £24 after buying a not good toaster. I bought this toaster about maybe 3 weeks ago. Before I bought this toaster, I bought another toaster from Asda, which was really plasticky. And when I used it to cook with, well, actually I never put toast in it because it said to allow it to burn off the smell first of all. So I pressed the button and started to burn off the smell for the Asda toaster. And what happened was it absolutely stank. It made me feel really ill. I am quite sensitive to toxic smells, but it really was bad. And I just thought, don't ever want to put anything that I'm going to eat in this toxic smelling thing. So I sent it back. And I bought this one instead. So here is the toaster. What I found is my mum has the same toaster, and actually so does my dad. My mum's one is much older than this. It's got a few little, I suppose it's reacted to some of the oil on my skin when I've touched it. But overall, I use just white vinegar to clean anything steel. In fact, to clean everything. And I find that's a really good way to get rid of any kind of marks or stains on anything steel. So I found that it cooks the toast much more evenly than my mum's version of this toaster does. It's really easy to use. It's very quick. I don't feel like having toast right now. Also the smell, when I first used it, I did push it down on, I put it on maximum, and I pushed it down over and over again for maybe about an hour. The smell only lasted a few times, but I wanted to make absolutely sure that there were no horrible chemicals going to get on the toast that we were going to eat. I'm very wary of chemicals on new things, which is also why I tend to try and buy secondhand most of the time. It comes with a 3-year guarantee if you register it online within 28 days. And this is what it looks like inside. I don't know how to clean the inside of a toaster, something I've never really known. Anyway, I'm going to put some toast in for you. Unfortunately, the smoke alarm in here is an actual just normal smoke alarm and not a kitchen one. So I'm going to have to put a sock over it before I demonstrate toast. I'm not very hungry, so and I like lightly done toast. So I think my son put this red bit on, which it would have been white if he hadn't done that. Anyway, yes, so I will probably do, I'll do some toast. I'd still rather less packaging, but in terms of packaging, the toaster was well supported with this these cardboard inserts, and they're all recyclable. I usually compost cardboard like this because the compost needs fibre, and then I'll recycle the box. I would give it to my son, but he has so many cardboard boxes, so his room is a big mess, and I'm reluctant to give it to him. On the other hand, it is a really good box that he could do something useful with, so probably that is what I will do. I'll give it to him, he can use it, and then ultimately it will be recycled. Anyway, this is, I think, one of the best toasters that I've ever had. I didn't want to buy a more expensive toaster, but ultimately Russell and Hobbs do a really good job, and it is very reliable. It doesn't smell of chemicals, which I had never experienced before in a toaster. Not that I've had a lot of toasters. All my toasters up to date have probably been secondhand, and the last one I bought in New Zealand was a 4-slice toaster from the warehouse, which I really loved and never had a chemical smell. I didn't have to even make it toast before I used it. So anyway, yeah, much better than the Asda toaster that I originally bought, which scared me because of its chemical smell. In this big plastic bag, I find plastic bags like this really useful for, you know, my plastic recycling. So I will probably use it for some other purpose before I recycle it. Now I'm just breaking up this cardboard for the compost. I'm going to tear it into little pieces and it will go in with my next lot of compost as a nice fibrous thing for the compost. I do this with toilet rolls and egg boxes as well, although I do also reuse egg boxes for eggs when I go and collect them from places that don't have egg boxes. So yeah, that's the Russell and Hobbs toaster, which is fantastic. I really like it. I think really the only thing I don't like about this toaster is that the box doesn't say that it's made from a sustainable source, so who knows. It's made in China. Oops. Maybe this is the grün Punkt, which shows it can be recycled, but the origin of this cardboard I don't know. It doesn't say that it's from a Forest Stewardship Council source, so it might be packaged in pulp from non-sustainable forests, which is another reason why I don't really like to buy things new. Go all ready for the compost. I'll tear this one up when I get down to the compost. I realised as I was tearing it up that I hadn't actually thought about where this cardboard came from before doing this video, and now I'm going to write to Russell and Hobbs and ask them where their packaging cardboard comes from and whether it is from a sustainable source. And I'm also going to do that to the other companies that I have got appliances from. This really great little Hisense dishwasher, which I absolutely love, this electric Q freezer, and this Panasonic microwave, although I got the Panasonic microwave second hand, which is my preferred way to get things. And also these scales. I've got a lot of good products that are second hand as well, and I will do reviews on those as well. And yeah, there's also this cool little water drop filter, which has made a huge difference to the taste of my drinking water. Okay, better take this down to the compost, and then a little bit later on when I'm hungry I'll make some toast. I don't actually eat much toast. My son eats toast but I don't really. However, I will eat some toast later with some peanut butter. I've decided to just eat some toast now. I really like this Sainsbury's own brand of bread. I mean, I know that they say that bread is an ultra-processed food, but good bread is still important. In New Zealand, I always got, well, better bread than this, often Bergen, but still 12.8 grams of protein per 100 grams. And then I'll try and find the ingredients. The ingredients are quite good. Wheat flour, mixed seeds, wheat, gluten, a bit of sugar and yeast. You need the sugar for the yeast to work. Fermented wheat flour, which is interesting. Salt, soya flour, rapeseed oil, spirit vinegar, malted barley flour, malted wheat flour, rye flour, and then a very disappointing palm oil, which is, I hadn't looked at this before, but then it says the palm oil used in this product is certified sustainable from well-managed plantations. The thing is that I've been to Malaysia and I've seen the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of acres or hectares of forest that has been removed for palm oil. When you take off from Kuala Lumpur, you see the palm plantations as far as the eyes can see. And I guess now that those palm oil plantations are established, they're considered sustainable. But initially, virgin forest would have been removed to make them. And I'm going to put this on number 2 because that is what I like the best. So here's my piece of toast. When I went to Malaysia, I could speak a bit of Indonesian, so I practiced my Indonesian with Malaysians and asked them about the forest that I was travelling through from Singapore up to Kuala Lumpur. Asked them how long it had been. I'm going to demonstrate the checking your toast function. It's quite good. Yeah, asking them how long it had been since the forest was there, and they said about 2 years at that time. It was quite a long time ago. I suppose it was about 2010 when I did that bike ride and travel through that area. But, you know, prior to that huge palm, 400 kilometres of palm plantations lining the road from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur, it had been rainforest. It's a hard one. Palm oil is in so many things, but I will try and find a bread that doesn't have palm oil in and has a good high protein level like this one. 12.8 grams, which is pretty good. And not too many sugars. I used to make my own bread in a bread maker and add lots of nuts and seeds. And my son really likes that too, but the problem is when bread comes out of a bread maker, it tastes so good. And I just eat a lot of bread when I do that. The best thing is toasted sourdough, and that I do like on a higher setting. And there's my number 2 toast, which for me that is perfect. I like it just lightly browned, and it's very even. I love a golden brown, an evenly golden brown piece of toast. I was really tempted to just put butter on it. It's not quite so brown on this side, but the lighting isn't doing it justice. It is crispy and it is kind of a golden brown colour, which, well, you can just see the goldeny brown colour. That's how I like my toast anyway. So I was tempted to just have butter, but I'm going to have peanut butter and I'll demonstrate the crunch. I can't really have a piece of toast without a cup of tea. I love this peanut butter and it has no palm oil. It's just 100% nuts with their skins on. Oops. Which is how I used to make my own peanut butter when I lived in New Zealand and we had an amazing blender. Okay, I'm going to stop the kettle for a moment and cut through this toast to demonstrate the crunch, and then I'm going to have my piece of toast and cup of tea and get on with my other tasks. So, okay, it's quite difficult. It's very, very difficult to do this with one hand. Really hard. Okay, never mind. I mean, it's a gentle crunch because it's very lightly done. I do wonder why I'm poking the toast. I think I was trying to demonstrate the crunch. This is one of the first videos I ever made, but I hadn't edited it until now. When I put it together and watched it, preparing to edit it, I just laughed so much at everything from the gentle crunch to my wriggling toes under the plastic bag section and all the diversions. So I just left it as it is because I personally laugh until I can't breathe when I watch this. But that's probably just because I know myself. My friends haven't found it as funny. I think I prefer my videos to be concise, but this made me, as I said, splutter, laugh until I couldn't breathe. So I've put it in for comedy value, even though I might be the only one who finds it funny. The take-home message is it's a great toaster. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Bye.